Hallo, Deutsche Leute. So yeah, I'm sorry I have to do this in English. My name is Espen. I am one of the founders of Capture FM, and we are creating a personal, interactive, smart, not radio, but an audio stream. But it kind of want to replace radio. So I have a problem. I have many problems, but there's one problem I will focus on today, and that's these guys. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Do any of you know them? Do you like them? My problem is I hate them. I cannot stand this band. I mean, look at this guy. It's the worst music. I mean, I'm very open-minded when it comes to music, but Red Hot Chili Peppers, I cannot stand it. You know? So I do this and this. Did it freeze? So yeah, that's a bit shitty. Let me go to this one. Okay, so let's. Oh, anyway, 3.5 years ago, I worked in a social or a media company in Norway, and my job was to convert old newspapers to embrace social media and new media. And it was a really tough job. I couldn't get anything done. And there was one meeting. I had done that in the mountains, and I had this long, stormy drive ahead of me. It was a shitty meeting, and I turned on the radio, and the first thing I got was this guy, you know? Red Hot Chili Peppers, and with Californication, the worst. And then I switched the radio, and I got some sports results I didn't care about. Then I got Stairway to Heaven. Then there was some kind of educational sex program for kids or something. And then it was this again. So I just had to turn off. And then I had to drive for myself, alone, 4 hours. But then suddenly, the sky opened, and I got this hammer in my head from Thor with a hammer. And he gave me a command, and he said, Espen, quit your job, go to Berlin, and fix radio. And that's what I've been doing since. So I live in Berlin, don't earn any money, but I've tried to fix radio. And the thing with audio is that audio is a perfect medium. It's immersive, it's kind of better than virtual reality, it's immersive. It is something that you can listen to as you concentrate on other stuff. So you can drive a car, or you can do sports or anything, and still get all the content listening. I also heard some rumors that people even can dance listening to music. As a Norwegian, I don't do that, of course. But the problem is that, so this is a 60 or 50, $60 billion market, super big, but it's dominated by radio, and radio is really shitty. And I'm gonna focus on that, and I'm gonna, yeah. So and the reason it's shitty is because it's linear. So radio is they have had the same formula for decades. They make like on top of the hour they have some syndicated news, 2 minutes. Then there's an oldie. Then there's a hit that somebody tries to push. Then there's a commercial. Then there's Red Hot Chili Peppers, and so it goes. So the first we did when I then arrived in Berlin was to smash it and say, okay, we don't want to have any linear audio. We want to have small capsules of audio. And this could be like Spotify, music streaming, SoundCloud. It can also be Facebook and Twitter and any content. We are very open-minded. Anything that can become sound has a place in our capsule FM. And the very, very first thing I did was to fix skip. So that was I'm going to go through 5 different things that we did here. So skip was the first thing we want to solve. And that's so easy, you know. You listen to something, and you just want to get rid of this commercial or what it is and get the next one. And here's an example now. Now it's audio. But that didn't work. Try again. You understand what I mean?
It is extremely annoying. forget the tedious melody. This one is much, much better. Secret by computer magic.
So if we had something like this 3 or 4 years ago, I wouldn't have needed to go to Berlin. So that was like, you get the annoying song and you can just skip it. The next thing we looked at was to amplify. So one thing is that the machine knows that you don't like stuff. But what if there's stuff you like and you want more of? So we invented Amplify, and Amplify is just like Tinder, but you swipe upwards instead. I like this stuff. So here's a short example on that as
We
well.
have a new fancy feature here on Capsule FM.
Oh yes. Swipe the screen upwards to amplify. It's so cool, it makes me giggle.
It's a bit freaky sometimes. But so we have 7 characters. These are Miranda and Carl, which I use here. The next thing we then looked at was what's relevant. So in radio, you get this national news. Angela Merkel called a guy in France, and that is news because everybody is something that everybody can relate to. But if I ask somebody here what's really important, it is more like maybe what's happening on Facebook. Is the bomb that went off in Syria important, or is it that somebody liked your Instagram picture? And probably it is actually the last one. So we open for so you can put in podcasts, blogs, anything social media into this. Another thing we wanted to fix was to have more information. So let's say that you get a news story about something and it's really interesting. Then we made it so that you can press for more and get more information about it. And so you can, for instance, start a podcast, or you can get text information from a source. So another example.
You can now visit the world's largest model railroad in Street View. Get more info at TechCrunch, just tap the capsule.
Jetzt ein neuer Podcast von Bright New Future. Willst du mehr hören? Dann drücke auf den Button.
Ja, herzlich willkommen bei Bright New Future.
Is it you?
Podcast. Heute bin ich.
All right. And yeah, it's my favorite as well now. So, and another thing we wanted to do was so if you have everybody amplifying, then you get some collections of very good music or content. And so we wanted also to add a social layer so that I can follow people with good music taste. So if they listen to some music and say, hey, this is good, it can then percolate into my stream, and I get a message that a person amplified this. And if I also amplify it, that person will get a message back. So we introduced a social layer in addition. So with these features, we have a personal and interactive and smart, not a radio, but it's an audio stream. And this is then how it is when I'm driving now or traveling. There's even sunshine in this picture. The other one was stormy, right?
Wonderful. Half the world away.
What a remarkable voice. Your next stop on this Deutsche Bahn service bound for Munich is Fulda. Click the capsule for more info now.
Dein Zug wird den Bahnhof Fulda in circa 6 Minuten auf Bahnsteig 5 erreichen.
All right. We just checked the weather forecast for Munich, and it will continue to snow loads. But don't worry, we have some happy music from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just put in Espen. This is better. Your command just amplified an emerging Swedish space around Europe.
So they try to be very funny, and especially this Miranda, she is kind of like annoyingly bitchy sometimes. So, and now we feel in a way we are done with what we wanted to make. So this is what I needed on this ride down from the mountain, something like this. But the thing is that when we started to play with this technology, we see that there's so much more we can do. And we're starting now to open a platform for other people to play with it. And I have very long time left, so that's cool because I can show you one of the most trending capsules in Capsule FM now, and that is Miranda, this woman, reading prime numbers, and it is the most listened to, and especially in Japan, this is big. So it's like this.
I'll read some random prime numbers to help you relax. 7,
1.5 minutes.
57, 907, 587, 127, 2,
Which is not a prime number, so that's a bit funny.
89,
I think 4 is not a prime number, but 2 is not.
859.
Is it? All right. Okay. There's one that's not.
Finally, 4,
So that was that. Yeah. So so our next phase now is to open the platform and get partners and also people that are creative to create maybe some other numbers or stuff like that. So we have a guy. He's into salmon fishing. He's now making some capsules. So whenever there's a salmon in front of his camera, he has a camera in the river. Whenever there's a salmon there, it makes a radio thing where you can listen to a salmon. So that is fantastic. All right. Thank you.